Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 3rd annual Robot Wars.
This is the 3rd annual Robot Wars, which is held every year in San Francisco. It's open to contestants from all over the world, and this year 86 robots signed up to compete. These heavyweight class robots weigh in from 101 pounds up to a maximum of 165 pounds.
I'm Setrakian, and this is my robot, the Master. The Master came into existence back in 1994 for the first annual Robot Wars. And since then, the last 2 years, it's gotten bigger and heavier and meaner. The only part left, actually, that's still the same as 94 is this saw here.
In 95, the Master faced the awesome Thor in the heavyweight face-off finals. And though his saw was smashed, he still knocked Thor out.
Start the 30-second clock.
The spike on the end of the lifting arm ruptured the line. At that point, the lifting arm motor had broken off, but I still had the ability to press it into his body.
That did it. That did it.
There he is,
Thank
the
you.
winner,
Thank you.
Setrakian.
The Master really is these two huge steel spheres. Inside the spheres are motors, batteries, speed controls, the radio. Everything it takes to drive the thing is contained in this. And then the weapons, like this saw here, attach onto the thing from the front or from the back. This mechanical arm attaches just like the saw. So what I can do is I can take the weapons off and put other ones on. I can change it around, change it before a match. I can turn the saw sideways. All of these things can be interchanged.
I've created this robot called Tazz. No real unforeseen surprises going to come out of it. It's pretty much meant to just hit, destroy, and annihilate everybody. Well, actually, it's got power brakes on it, so the robot can't really move when it's sitting still. The whole top is a 360-degree, 6-mile-an-hour rotating top. We're hoping to really annihilate some people and put some big holes in some robots and do some serious damage.
Here again, the Master's saw has broken down, and Tazz, using its massive braking power, manages to pin him for 30 seconds, which knocks the Master out of the competition. In the first round,
Tazz, the winner.
Robert Redford Jr.'s weaponry wasn't much help here. The BioHazard's lift arm makes sure of that. The betting was on the Red Scorpion to easily win this fight, but his tail wasn't operating as planned, and before he knew it, Pungar had him pinned.
I kept the name Red Scorpion from when I was in Vietnam, and we had a fighting unit there, and so I wanted to carry the name on for them. It's got basically a lawnmower motor. It's a Tecumseh 3-horse, has a hydraulic pump on the bottom of that, has 2 hydraulic motors in each wheel, makes it very mobile. And it has hydraulic ram on both the jaws in the front and a hydraulic ram on the tail, which works either as a weapon or as a skid to change the attitude of the vehicle as well.
And the winner is Punjar, ladies and gentlemen, immobilizing the Red Scorpion.
We found out about this competition about 3.5 weeks ago, and this is our robot Nemesis. We didn't have much time to work on it, so the time we did have, we concentrated on designing the chassis and designing the powertrain to best fit the situation we figured we'd be up against. What we did do is we put a wedge on the front, and we designed the chassis and the weight transfer system, so anything that tries to come up against the front of this robot is simply going to transfer our own weight to our back power wheels to give us more traction to defeat them, pushing them into the wall.
Watch Terminal Frenzy's hammer smash chunks of concrete out at the floor, as well as giving Nemesis a bad headache. Frank and his hammer did well last year, but met his match against Gutrip. And so did the arena wall. Here we have the South Bay Mauler preparing to do battle with La Machine.
My name's Greg Munson. Trey, Roski, and I, and Impact Media Group and New Tech have brought La Machine to Robot Wars. La Machine is a heavyweight robot. Last year it was a middleweight, and it fared pretty well. It won 3 of the events. It's a real simple robot, as you can see. It's a simple wedge design, that's it.
In Robot Wars 95, La Machine tore its middleweight opponents to pieces and was a huge hit with the crowd. So the organizers invited La Machine to enter the heavyweight melee. Again, Thor put up a great fight, but was outmaneuvered and overpowered.
And as you can see, it's just a real heavy, simple robot. And its key points are speed and maneuverability and the wedge shape. It's probably one of the most simplest robots here. If I lift it up here, this is the inner chassis of La Machine. It's basically some chain-driven wheels with the motors over here. It's all independently shock mounted. We've got a steel reinforced battery case. It's made of wood, it's very simple. And as you can see, it's independently mounted onto the outer body.
The South Bay Mauler was also overpowered by La Machine.
was our first year entering into Robot Wars. We wanted to build a robot that was really exciting to watch and exciting to look at. It would be entertaining for the people here. Out of here on the front, we have a 2-horsepower gas engine that runs some steel cutting blades that are carbide tipped. It's normally used for cutting through cast iron pipe. The entire thing is shock loaded so that we can charge into a target and not bind the blades. The sides here, we have titanium rails to protect the wheels and to absorb side impacts and to resist all other cutting devices. And then in the very back, we have a rotating and panning and tilting pike. This is a middleweight class robot with heavyweight class features on it. We weigh in right now at about 103 pounds. One other thing I wanted to tell you is the little plastic window that you see on the front scoop. We have a solid state spy camera hidden behind that and a video transmitter on board. We watch a real-time video feed on a pair of virtual reality goggles. And we can see exactly where we're going and get lined up directly on our targets.
And they're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Our safety doors are closed. Let's begin the match. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So this is the third in the series of the Satoru special robots, which as you can see are highly low budget, and I guess an example of what someone with no previous engineering skills can accomplish. Anyway, basically what I got this year is an anti-wedge skirt, which was one of the primary things I wanted to incorporate on this vehicle. So basically some hinges, anything that could ride flush with the ground so that someone can't get underneath me to flip me, which happened last year in spectacular fashion. La Machine took no time to single me out and flip me in the corner like a pancake. And then I got a better drive system, which you can't see, but at least I got rubber wheels this year. And the traditional circular saw blade on the back. But probably the best and most last minute thing incorporated on the design was a little secret weapon trap door, which will pop open, and I've got spring-loaded launchers to launch grapples and I think it's about a 10-foot net. So hopefully I can trap somebody and
Middleweight robots have to weigh in between 51 pounds and 100 pounds. The organizers have banned nets from future competitions, which will make Agamemnon happy. So the ultimate high-tech versus low-tech battle ended with Agamemnon using its superior strength to pin the Satoru Special III for the regulation 30 seconds. Again, the money was on Scorpion trashing up and over. But in Robot Wars, the unexpected happens. All the time.
And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, up and over! Action!
Scrappy, which is made from scraps, did not have an easy time against Pokey, which looks more like a converted food trolley. It looked like the mousetrap hazard gave Scrappy a helping hand to upend Pokey.
Sounds like Happy Funbot is ready for lunch.
Happy Fun Bot is lightweight, so it's in the 25 to 50 pound category. Has a chainsaw for its primary weapon and then several secret weapons. It's made of Kevlar, polycarbon fiber, titanium, depleted uranium. It travels about 85 miles per hour.
But it's actually autonomous as far as weed control and pest control. It's also fairly effective for that too.
4 or 5 of these could bring in a whole harvest for a small-sized farm. This is his nose. These are his eyes.
It does have saw blades for wheels, though.
Yeah.
It really does have saw blades.
And it can cut 2 pieces of wood at the same time.
And makes Julian fries.
It's completely indestructible.
Action!
SPS-3 was just the robot from hell as far as Happy Funbot was concerned. Not only was he fast and low-built, he had a net. Funbots hate nets. He lost. Pinned.
And this is our machine. It's entered in the featherweight category. It basically consists of a vacuform polycarbonate shell that is pretty much bulletproof. Let me start us up here. It has an articulated jaw in front that's pneumatically operated. I'll flap it for you here. And a little wagging tail back here. And then if we can't overcome them with sheer brute force, we'll cute them to death. All right. Why don't you guys help lift it up here? Wait, I'll close the jaw. We entered the featherweight category because we could base the entire vehicle on a pre-existing monster truck platform. Has 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel steering as well, so it turns on a dime.
Featherweight robots have to weigh in between 5 and 25 pounds. In this fight, Pat used its speed to knock Dragon Wagon out, though he nearly disqualified himself when the flipper caught him and spun him under the arena doors. A helping hand pushed him back in. This is the pits area where roboteers can repair their robots if they are damaged. Some robots are still being built when they arrive, while others get constantly adjusted. For safety's sake, all explosive, corrosives, flames, and pyrotechnics are banned. Lasers over 5 megawatts are banned, as well as untethered missiles. From now on, nets and tape known as fiber weapons are also banned. Otherwise, pretty much anything goes. In round 2, Tazz was almost reduced to scrap metal by La Machine.
The winner, ladies and gentlemen, La Machine!
We're called Team -0, and our robot's name is Terminal Frenzy. Here's our robot. It's a heavyweight robot. It can move around about 7 feet per second. It's pretty nimble. And this weapon on top is a spike that's designed to penetrate other robots from the top. We have a full aluminum shell for protection. We use wheelchair motors for drive, battery power weapons, battery power drive. And we have a computer on board that's programmed by me. Here's the guts. The shell comes off pretty easily. And here's the assembly for the weapon. We have 2 DC motors driving the weapon. And underneath this plate here is all our drive system, our electronics and batteries.
Action!
Unfortunately, Terminal Frenzy's hammer just bounced off BioHazard, who made very short work of flipping him over.
We have a winner!
The ball you see is one of the arena hazards and is in fact a 15-pound bowling ball known as the Ball of Doom.
This is our robot Killborg. Part of SEMBARG, stands for Killing Behavioral-Based Organisms. It's in the heavyweight class, 165 pound and under. We are 165 pounds even. It's got 2 3-foot telescoping pneumatic rams. It's tread drive, it'll push up to 500 pounds.
Action!
Although Gutrip inflicted some serious damage on Killborg and the arena, he got pinned by Killborg and lost. These two were very evenly matched and were heading for a draw, in which case the audience would have voted for the winner. But just as the 5-minute time was up, Attila snagged the enforcer and pinned him.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Time's up. Attila the Hun.
This is my robot, WYSIWYG. That's an acronym for what you see is what you get. Hopefully, when they see it, they're going to get it. The robot is in the featherweight category and weighs just about 25 pounds. It's a wedge-shaped robot with an attacking front end. It's electrically powered. Each wheel is driven independently by a geared-down motor, powered by 7.2 volt model car racing cells.
I'm Jean-Denis Lefebvre from Paris in France, and here's my robot. Its name is Still at Work. And it's a very huge, beautiful robot with powerful DC motors and very complex electronics. We'll turn it. There is 2 wheels inside, and we can turn it. See my sponsors, my very generous sponsors.
In a continuation of the 100 Years' War, England versus France. Steel at Work from France taking on WYSIWYG. An anachronism for what you see is what you get.
This year there were numerous grudge matches, to settle old scores or to make a point. The English robot hadn't traveled all this way to be denied taking on the French robot Steel at Work.
France has lost control of his robot, ladies and gentlemen. The winner, WYSIWYG from England. Our contestants are ready. The safety orders. Let's kick off this match. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Master and the Red Scorpion had both been humiliated in the opening rounds, and both wanted to show they were made of tougher stuff. The Master soon wished he hadn't bothered as the Red Scorpion pinned him.
I built this robot in my garage with the help of a couple friends. I have a wedge shape on the front, and maybe I can like ram somebody. But if not, I sort of have a scooper on the back. Just get underneath them and just like flip them up. Most of the robots are pretty close to the ground, so I shouldn't have any problem like scooping under and like grabbing them. And most of this is made of like carbon fiber, which is all aerospace stuff, so it's real light and just hella strong. The name of my robot is Arsenic. It's named after the poison because arsenic is, you know, bad for you.
This is Spunky Monkey. We're in the featherweight class, and we're a new competitor to Robot Wars. He's got a lifter weapon here and runs on a 6-volt battery. He's got 2 drive motors in here. He's a fighter, and I'm sure that we're going to win our class, no problem at all.
Spunky Monkey went on to win the Best Art-Directed Robot Award, but he wasn't quite the fighter his owners had hoped. Still, there's always next year.
I've attended the 2 previous Robot Wars, and I thought I'd give it a shot this year. This is BioHazard, and it has a forklift type of scoop up here that is intended to flip over the other robot.
This was a keenly anticipated battle between a couple of the best engineered robots in the competition. But BioHazard's arm again proved to be a formidable weapon. BioHazard went on to win the prize for the best engineered robot.
Our sphere of doom in motion. Let's kick off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action!
Dumore has met La Machine in battle many times, especially on the '96 Robot Wars European Tour. But up to now, he's never won. And today is no exception.
La Machine!
This was probably the quickest fight in the whole competition.
The designer builders of Vlad the Impaler here, a robot's worst nightmare. Okay, this is the battery compartment. It carries 2 gel cells which weigh about 45 pounds, and because it's a forklift, all the battery weight is behind the rear axle. It puts the weight as far back from the fulcrum as possible. And then right above it is the CO2 cylinder that powers the forks. It weighs 165 pounds, and it goes 0 to 20 miles an hour. Put it down. In the front, when the forks are lifted, these retract. These are retractable fulcrum wheels that, when they are on the ground, they make the fulcrum is actually right here, so that it can actually lift its own weight.
This is BioHazard. It's an all-electric design. I've got 2 electric actuators here that raise this arm up and try to flip over the other robot. I've got 4 big batteries back here, 50 pounds of batteries, about 30 pounds of motors. I'm thinking it's about 3 horsepower total on the drive and on the arm. And I've got spring-loaded anti-intrusion devices under here to prevent other robots, other wedges from getting underneath me. And my scoop up here is also spring-loaded, so I can get underneath. It'll pick up a piece of paper off the ground.
Looks like both of our competitors are ready to go. Let's kick off this final heavyweight round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
The winner of this match would face La Machine in the finals, and the smart money was on BioHazard to win. But Vlad the Impaler wasn't about to make it easy for him. BioHazard was able to lift the 165-pound Vlad high enough to stop Vlad's wheels having any traction. And then Vlad got stuck on BioHazard's arm.
If BioHazard can back off, it will win this match. BioHazard, can you move? BioHazard, the winner of that match.
The Impaler's frustrated act of revenge came to nothing as BioHazard righted itself to take the winner's bow. And BioHazard had an instant fan club.
Well, after the contest was over, I guess the opponent didn't know it was over. He came and flipped me over. But I was able to right myself, so I won. I don't think anything's broken. Ooh, look at this guy.
Your robot is genius.
It's good. A battle scar. A notch in my belt. What's happening? That's a notch in my belt.
Is that the closest call?
Yeah, that was a close one. Yeah. In fact, I don't expect as much trouble from La Machine.
The face-off heavyweight final was expected to be a walkover for La Machine in many people's view. Within a minute, BioHazard had La Machine at its mercy, but he made a big mistake and tried to turn La Machine over onto its back. Instead, La Machine escaped, and a game of cat and mouse ensued. Machine was dead, and all BioHazard had to do was gently lift him up.
La Machine's a much simpler robot. I just thought about, I saw him compete last year and thought about what it would take to beat him and designed for that.
Action.
In the middleweight finals, Agamemnon had made it through to fight Trax. Agamemnon had been specially adapted on the spot so it could take on a wedge-shaped robot. But Trax was having a bad day, and he died very quickly.
Can you move, Trax? Trax is dead in the water, ladies and gentlemen. The winner, Agamemnon. Count down with me from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action!
Yes, that was a carrot to tempt Attila into the net, but it didn't work.
Ladies and gentlemen, SPS-3 is dead in the water. The winner by default is Attila the Hun.
The Wedge of Doom made short work of Red 2 to win the featherweight finals. The number of robots in each melee competition is limited by the number of radio frequencies available, as each radio-controlled robot needs its own frequency. In this first heavyweight melee, 5 robots fight to the death, or to whoever is left alive after 5 minutes. Again, the Master had a lot to prove, having been beaten twice. This was his last chance. With the Master crippled, it came down to a game of tag between La Machine and BioHazard, with nothing being allowed to get in the way. La Machine grabbed its chance and caught BioHazard and slammed him into the corner, where he was trapped upside down. Now La Machine was intent on demolishing everyone else. Vlad the Impaler goes up and over. doomed. And poor old the Master brushed aside. Having got the victory spin out of the way, La Machine gives BioHazard a health check, just to show who's boss.
This is the ancient bunny ring of death, and this robot's name is Triple Redundancy. It's a cluster bot. It goes in as one and it breaks off, and we use tape as a weapon, and one distracts, we just wrap them all up. They're made of just RC cars with tape on top.
It doesn't take long for Triple Redundancy to take things up. It splits 3 ways and causes chaos, especially for Spiky. X2 won because they avoided the tape, which has also been banned from future competitions.
This is a robot this is the Lorena robot, representing Lorena Bobbitt here. And this robot is actually more for show. And it just has this top, and there's a chassis right here that has all the technical stuff with motors and electronics and all. And then there's the separate piece that we use for the actual competition. We'll actually be competing both of them, but this one's the one that we plan on anything happening. And the main feature of this is that it spins really fast.
Attila the Hun got off to a bad start. He got locked into Bite Me. While Happy Funbot again came to grief in the nets of SPS-3. But at the end, the surprise winner was Lorena. The Master is back with a new weapon, a blade. Watch the Master get its blade under La Machine, and with Pungar pushing, they trap La Machine on the flipper and pin him. But he's only stuck for a minute. La Machine gets its revenge on Pungar. Tazz tangles with Red Scorpion. And Marvin looks for a victim to lash with his chains. Munch gets the La Machine treatment. Nemesis gets the La Machine treatment. And now it's Tazz's turn. Finally, the audience gets to judge who has won.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go down into the ring and have you, the audience, pick the winner of the heavyweight melee round. We're going to go through the robots that are still mobile. We'll have to ask your opinion. We have Carlo. We have Bertocchini. Robot.
Awesome! Did you think you guys were going to come back after the individual competition? It was real tough. We burned out a motor, our whole battery case just died, fell on the ground, it just split and was cracked. And then all the guys from Robo Wars got together, they gave us drill press, they gave us pins, they gave us glue, everyone just came together, helped get La Machine back together. We went out there and we did well. La Machine, sole survivor. We'll be back next year. Whole new La Machine, La Machine 3. La Machine will be at every Robot War. Watch out.